Hi folks, I just got my Ohlins 772 shocks. These are basically the STX36. That's how it comes. HD 772. Yeah, and here's some, looks like inserts for spacing, some shims. Also, that's included is some Ohlins decals. The actual HD 772 model shock that shows you specification, and the manual that have to set up the ride height and adjust the preload to accommodate accordingly. But the good thing is Kyle Racing has already asked me my rider's weight, and I always ride with a passenger, so they preset this for my weight and my passenger. These are the 13-inch scale, but that's what they look like. It does have a rebound adjustment, and also the spring, you can adjust the preload up here too. It looks like they included a tool to adjust the preload. First thing we're going to do is we're going to have to take the bags off. Here's a stock shock. To replace the shock, we're going to have to remove these bolts. These are 3/4 inch bolts. We're going to reuse these bolts, so we're going to keep them. Just to show you the difference in length. Sure you can see that. So just to show you where my spring rate was set. Yeah, it's around 11. So I turned this in, set for around 11 for 2 up riders, and that was the most comfortable for me, eliminating most of the bumps from bottoming out on the highway. But still, when I hit a hard one, especially at 70 miles per hour, it's a hard hit, specifically on the reach seat. Bolt, you put in the washer. This is the original. Then you put in the stainless steel sleeve that comes with the shock absorber, the Ohlins shock kit. Here, there. And then there's a washer, a really thick washer, to space it out from the frame. To torque the upper and lower bolt to spec, 40 foot-pounds. Torque this in. Okay. Here's what it looks like once it's completely installed and torqued. According to the Ohlins owner's manual, to setting up your vehicle, to set up the proper sag. So there are 3 measurements. The first one is the spring preload, which is a measurement of the shock fully extended. We do that by putting the motorcycle on the center jack. It's completely lifted off the ground. The second measurement is the free sag, which is basically the bike is standing on its own weight. The third is the ride height. For me, the ride height was set with the passenger combination, the 2 up riding position. What I have right now is I have the bike completely unsprung. The shock's not compressed. I'm gonna pick a place on the shock. I'm using a tape so I remember exactly where I positioned it. And I cut out a small triangle to help me mark exactly where it is, and I'm gonna pick a whole number, right? Like in this case, I'll pick number 28. So the measurement from the suspension arm bolt to the shock up to the frame uncompressed is 28 centimeters, which is 280 millimeters. So this is actually 280 millimeters. Okay, the bike's on its own weight. So this is the free sag now. Right? And where are we at? We're about, from 28 we came down to 27. 27 centimeters, which is 270 millimeters. So free sag is about 10 millimeters. According to the manual, 5 to 15 millimeters is where we should be, and we're right in the center of it. So it's perfect. This is with me and the passenger. Now, let's take a look at what number we're seeing. The measurement is showing 25.5 centimeters. The original with the shocks fully extended was 280 millimeters. Now with the rider and passenger, sag is now 255 millimeters, which is 25.5 centimeters. Subtract 280 from 255, we get 25 millimeters, which is within the riding range. The Ohlins manual is specifying 25 to 35 millimeter ride sag. I have the Reach Seat on. Now compared to what it was before, I feel like maybe it came up maybe a quarter inch. I can't tell. Both my feet are still planted on the ground. This is the sag that's configured from factory, right from Kyle Racing. I think it's probably back to what I had before with the stock shocks. Is I had it up to the maximum length of the shock, which is 12 inch, and with the passenger it dropped maybe only a quarter inch, and that was done on purpose to try to avoid bottoming out. Yeah, the ride was a little bit harsh, but it prevented bottoming out on most highway bumps. This is the Ohlins shocks, fully extended. It's about 329 millimeters, which converts to 12.95 inch. The stroke is 3.03 inch, so fully compressed it'll be about 9.91 inches for the Ohlins. The stock shock, however, 12 inches. Okay. The stock shock, when it's fully compressed, like this dummy shock that's included, I took the spring off so I can see what is the fully compressed length, and the fully compressed length is about 10 inches, 10.1. So fully compressed, the stock is about 10.1 inches. Fully compressed Ohlins is about 9.91 inch. So far with the Ohlins, I am very happy. Very well built. I don't know how they do it, because the small bumps in the road are almost negligible. I almost do not feel, because I haven't changed my front forks or revolved them yet. When I hit the bumps, I can still feel it in the handlebars, but as soon as it comes to the back, the Ohlins completely softens and muffles that out. I mean, you honestly feels like you're riding in a Cadillac. I go out, so now when I ride with these Ohlins shocks, the HD 772, I am no longer minding what bumps are on the road. I'm actually enjoying the ride more, because I'm more focused on where I want to go and not worry about what bumps are up ahead. Actually, I've forgotten totally about the road imperfections and bumps, because my focus is more on commanding the bike.